what have you liked out of her, and from your knowledge about European academies, what makes a player like her so different than somebody who goes through AAU and whatnot?
I just think the experience on the international level is just sometimes maybe a little different than what we know here. Kiana is a competitor by all means of the word. I think she's going to come in here and compete every single second, and you'll love to kind of have some competitors, but she's skilled with it too. I think on tape when we first saw her, it was like, whoa, this kid can play. And then we went out to Phoenix and saw her play in person, and she was more than we expected. Especially on the defensive end, her willingness to sit in a stance and guard and just be gritty and tough, but then her ability to score on the offensive end. And that game's she's just gonna keep expanding because she's a workhorse. I think I just was texting her. She was just getting back from the gym, and I don't know what time it is right now, 9:30 at night. After practice, just getting extra stuff in. So excited to add her maturity to our ball club.
Are you striving to be the biggest program in America with the addition of Avery and Kira along with what you got?
I think it's size. You can't teach size, and I think we're going to have the opportunity to have one of the most talented front courts in the country. Definitely one of the biggest. In 6'6", 6'4", and then Lana 6'4". KP's a good 6'2", 6'3" in there. So. It gives us some size inside, and something we haven't quite had since I've been here. And all of them have something to learn, and Kira and Avery will come in here with a great foundation of skill, I just super excited to get them both here.
I know you've talked about getting in-state players, obviously keeping the best in Indiana, but continuing to do that year after year. How important is that?
Yeah, it's massive. I think back to the time where, like, if you were from the state of Indiana, you went to Purdue, and just kind of what it was. And I think you look back to Steph and Kelly and Katie and those classes that the best players ended up here. And I think we tried to do that with Jordy and as a freshman for us this year. You can kind of go back to Maya and Mila, but now you add Avery and Kira, who are just dominant forces in high school from the state of Indiana. It's important to keep them in our backyard, especially when there's enough talent around the state of Indiana to be successful. I know we're a little bit away off from competing for a national championship, but I think that's ultimately the goal. And on that 99 team, I think 9 of the 12 or whatever it was were from the state of Indiana. So it's been done here, and hopefully something we can replicate.
Coach, with Kira and Avery, what do you feel like has been the biggest growth that you've seen out of them, going from there?
Yeah, Avery's conditioning at her size, and her ability to move, and she has some of the softest hands. Her ability to catch just really bad passes or be double teamed from the back or the front side. She can catch and score in traffic. And then when her body kind of catches up to her size, and she gets in the weight room a little bit more, and just gets natural strength from being here and training at this level. It's different. And then Kira, the biggest jump for me has just been her maturity and growth on the basketball floor. I think she plays for an AAU program that wins a lot of games, and as a post player doesn't see the ball much, but you could tell she was committed to blocking shots and rebounding, and maybe that's why she's not ranked as high in the national rankings which is wild to me, because her ability to impact winning by not touching the basketball is elite.
Regarding your current team,
Yep.
Did you see what you wanted to see out of them?
Yesterday responded. It was great.
Tuesday's practice?
Yeah, yesterday was great. Yesterday's practice was awesome. Tuesday's practice was, what's up, Maury? It was good yesterday, wasn't it? It was. We responded. Yeah. A team committed to fixing some holes on the defensive end, so a lot of time spent there. But a team that was going to continue to work together. Film session was great. And then on the court, and we don't practice till later on Tuesdays, and sometimes a 6 o'clock practice after a really long day can be sometimes like full of teeth, and it wasn't like that at all last night. I think they responded exactly how we felt. Watching the tape, obviously you lose by 44 points, nothing about that is great, and a lot of it is embarrassing, but at the same time, very optimistically encouraged by the fight and the demeanor of our ball club throughout the game and how we responded. So, you know, I don't know when, but there's going to be a time when we turn the corner, and it's hopefully it happens tomorrow. It'd be nice.
Coach, with Ella Collier, you know, and
Yeah.
just seeing her go 4 of 6, finally get to see the ball go through the hoop. What is it about her presence, maybe her fundamental shooting that's you know kind of reflecting on?
It's really just her pace of play. You know, she doesn't really get sped up. I think we ran a set for her in the first half, and Hidalgo jumped off a spider and blitzed her a little bit out of nowhere. But Ella's pace and understanding was able to kind of reverse pivot and still knock down the jumper. You know, something we want to teach our young kids, you know, it's that pace. It doesn't always have to be 100 miles an hour. You can play with that pace and make good reads. And, you know, challenge Ella to you know, as a team, we've got to do a better job of looking for Ella and creating more opportunities for her because she can shoot it. One thing I know about Ella, she hates to take poor percentage shots, but that she needs to understand that leash might be a little bit longer and, you know, maybe forcing the issue a little bit more because she can score the basketball.